I remember when I was like 15, 16, 14, I don't know, that age range. I used to look at my face and hate seeing all these pimples on it. I remember then I used to tell my mom, and she would be like, oh, as you get older, it's all go away. And now I'm 21 years old and my face still looks like this. I also hate the way I stand. Like, I always have to constantly remind myself to, stand straight upright and stop like slouching like a little bitch. Because like this is killing your spine. Like if you're standing like this all the days of your life. Imagine how you'd be like 80 years old. I also hate being broke. Like being broke has to be one of the worst feelings in the world, trust me. Like that shit ain't fun, man. I also hate the way I sound. I feel like my voice is very low. Like the volume of my voice isn't loud enough. Like many times I'll be talking and I'll have to repeat myself like 5 times before they will finally hear and understand what I'm saying. I'm not carrying this right now. Come back for you, nigga. I also hate the way I walk. I just feel like I walk in a weird way. I'll keep going on and on about how I made so many things about myself. Funny enough, I haven't made a video on my channel literally titled self-hate. The self-hate I have for me is getting too much. Damn, I'm afraid. It was more like a poem I wrote to myself, back in the day anyway, but you get the point. One thing I noticed is, funny enough, all these things that I hate about myself, all these things we usually hate about ourselves, is actually what makes us unique. It's actually what makes you different from everybody else. If not, you just be like a clone. You just basically be like a bot and look and act exactly like everybody else. Isn't it funny that every single one of us have this type of thoughts and voice in our head? Like, no matter how perfect, I've literally seen people that it's almost like you wish you could have that type of life, and yet these same people will still be complaining that they don't like this about themselves, they hate this, they wish they had this and all that. So it's just like an interesting concept in my head that everybody thinks they're fucked up, everybody thinks they're like something's wrong with them, basically. When that light comes on, that was when you know it's on. Okay.
So it's on now. Now what I will now do next is I'll calibrate it. It's for ascension, that's lift. Okay. Then landing. Then this one is forward, backward, left, right. This one is to rotate on the horizontal axis, so the drone goes like this,
With this.
Yeah,
this
so you can. Yeah, exactly. Okay. This side. Yeah. So to calibrate, I'll just bring these two to the edge. See, this guy is blinking.
Okay.
So I'll rotate this one horizontally while it's facing me 3 times just to calibrate it.
Okay, so it will be like aware of the surroundings.
Exactly.
Or something.
To be aware of its position.
Its
correct position.
Oh, this is so cool. So the camera that is bad, can they repair it? Can they change it?
That I'm not sure. Just rotate this one 3 times. Once that light stops blinking, then it's ready to fly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's off. So
this is ready now. Yeah. Let's see.
So right now that stuff has stopped blinking.
Okay.
So it's ready to fly. So to unlock the motors, I will just press this unlock key once to start spinning. To take off, I can either press like this or increase the throttle. I press this one in high speed mode, so I have to get forward. Let's give it some height. I'll go this way. Let's give it some height so that's
Wait, how high can the thing even go?
It can go up to 320 feet.
How high is 320 feet? Is that as high as skyscraper?
Not so high, but it's high. Not so high, but it's high.
I'm not listening to you.
It's losing.
Susan, it's too far.
I can even do return home. Look at return home, watch what happens. Go 50 meters upward, 50 feet, 50 feet upward.
Okay, then go back to where it took off from.
Then it took off from.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, how is it? Okay,
it's using GPS.
Okay.
So it's connecting to, according to the manufacturer, 7 satellites. So it knows its position.
Wow.
And I think it's accurate to about 2 meters.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 to 0 meters. So it's almost very accurate. Just what I'm going to land. Now it's checking with its flow sensor, optical flow sensor, where it wants to land, if it's water or something. So that's why it's going slowly.
Okay.
So it's checking. When it even touches the ground, it hits the ground and that one is just reaction sharp.
Okay. This thing is just suspended.
Relax. It's just checking to be very sure. Exactly.
Wow, that's nice. No, that's in. That's so this same place.
Yeah.
Maybe if he's in the air. If I was
okay.
standing here or a car comes to park here, we need to know that something is there.
Okay, let's see. But I don't want to do the on this vehicle.
No, I beg you.
That's the thing. Okay.
Can we put like stone or something?
Okay, so to note exactly where it landed. Where now? Let's see. It cannot push 2 stones away. And 2.
Yes.
Let me see how accurate.
How accurate, exactly.
Alright, let's go. Let's go. Bring battery low. Oh, God, yeah, hope. I told you to return home.
Okay, that's another thing. If like the battery is on,
it's going to automatically
just land. Okay.
And the battery is automatically come home. Don't worry. It knows what it's doing. Yeah.
How long does it take for the battery to charge on average? Like they just plug it
you plug it and just do it. Because from my own experience, it might take up to 6 hours.
6 hours. Wow. And how long does it last?
I just fly for like maximum of 30-28 minutes.
Wow.
No, it's drone, it's not aeroplane. So it needs a lot of power.
Oh yeah,
wow, that was accurate to the centimeter now.
So it's very close.
Yeah. Accurate to some centimeter. Even though it's not
perfect, right?
Perfect, yeah.
Just try it.
It's okay. Land, land. He's trying to check the ground, it's going to land. Just land.
I'll get a number. Teach me how to fly it.
Okay.
I'll teach you how to control this. Like I was saying just now.
I don't know what you'll find. It's fucking crazy. But funny enough, while we were about to fly the drone and all that, so this group of guys came. I just told them they came to preach to us. So while they were, preaching and doing all that, the drone guy, I think he had to quickly go, so he left. And he left me alone with the preacher guys. So I had to stay. But it was actually nice. Sometimes these preacher people, I wonder, it can be a little annoying or feel unnecessary, but somebody who values Christianity and wants to take my Christian life seriously, I can't take this shit a lot more seriously. And they're telling me some visions or revelation things they're saying about me. Like, these guys probably won't be lying. Like, they probably won't just sit down and say these things. Like, they will not just imagine, or they will just event these things. Like, these are things they actually experiencing. That's they told me. So I don't know, sure. Getting my Christian life right is one thing I plan to do. And the revelation things they were saying is not like they were spot on correct, but they almost gave a general picture. And it seems that many of those things I could somewhat relate to it, because many of those things, even though it was just a general broad picture, it was kind of relating to what I currently have going on in my life. So it was just very interesting that people that you have no idea about, like total strangers, they're able to predict or say these things about you, and it's somewhat true. They did invite me to join them to pray this night around 10 p.m. but I'm supposed to go home today, and if I go home I won't be able to come and meet them. So I don't know if I'll go. I'm very sure I won't go, but still I get the message. I should take my Christian life and shit more seriously. So fortunately I already packed all my stuff, so I'm ready to go, but I kind of want to go when everywhere starts getting dark to me. I just feel like it's too early to go home right now. Not like it's too early, sure, but I don't know. I like to go in the shadows. Why won't you like the shadows? Everybody loves the shadows. So the crazy thing is, everybody has something in them that they don't like. Everybody feels like something is wrong with them. Everybody feels like they have a flaw. Everybody feels like they have this thing that they lack. Like, everybody hates themselves basically. And I find it very interesting because there are some people you would look at and admire and think this person has no problems, basically, like no real problems. But you'll still be surprised that these very people, no matter how rich, how handsome, how beautiful, how well brought up, how moral, how respectful, like how good these people are basically, they still feel like insecure, if that makes sense. Like they still feel like they are not good enough. The crazy thing about all this is all these weird insecurities, all these weird things about you, all these things that you don't like about yourself is what makes you unique, is what makes you one of one. My experience, me being a person, is very unique to me. Even though I have brothers, I'm me. Like me, I'm still very unique to me. My brother is unique to himself, my cousins are unique to themselves, my friends, my housemates, my parents, my teacher. Like everybody's unique, everybody's different. No matter how much similar features we have, it's all these little things that we have, it's all these imperfections that we have that makes us different. That thing that you don't really like about yourself, these are things that actually make you stand out the most. And the crazy thing also is like nobody really cares about these things. It says maybe things like some major thing. I don't know if it is to some degree, maybe I don't know. You got into an accident and you lost an arm, you lost a limb. If that actually happened to you, then I'm not trying to like mock you or anything, but the point I'm just trying to make is so many of us situation is not that extreme. So many of us like we didn't lose a limb. So many of us, like our body works, like our body is fine. Like you don't have like cancer, or you didn't like lose a limb, or your face didn't get burnt or twisted in fire or something. Like you look like you are normal. But even as perfect as some of us are, okay, nobody is really perfect, but in the sense that somebody who did lose a limb, somebody whose skin has gotten like twisted and mangled and all that because he was involved in a fire accident, somebody who has like a deadly disease like cancer or something like that, these people look at other people that are normal and be wishing they could be like them. Like, wow, I wish I could just have a limp. Wow, I wish I didn't have a like terminal disease. I wish I was just normal, basically. And yet people that are normal, they still feel like they are lacking something. Yes, people that are normal still feel like something's wrong with them, maybe because the size of their nose is a little off, or like me, my teeth structure isn't like perfect, or oh, I have acne on my face or whatever. As common sense as it sounds and as obvious as it is, nobody cares. Nobody cares about your nose, nobody cares about your eyes, nobody cares about the shape of your head, nobody cares about your teeth structure, nobody cares about the way you walk or the way you talk, or like nobody gives two fucks, nobody cares. You think the world revolves around you, you think the universe revolves around you, you think people are judging you for these little insecurities you have. But in reality, nobody cares. At least me personally, I don't look at people and his nose is big, or wow, our head is small, or his legs are weird. Like I don't care. Even if it's an extreme situation, like maybe the person lost a limb or his skin is twisted or something, I just look at this and be like, wow, that's kind of fucked up. But I basically turn my head and move on with my day. Like I'm not here sitting about the person, thinking about the person, or like I just don't care. And I'm going to assume so many people also don't care. Like 99.99999. I want to even say 100% of the world doesn't care, but let's just say 99.9999% of the world doesn't care. Just funny that we can explain this in logic now. Logically, so it sounds like common sense, like obviously nobody is sitting down there pointing about the shape of your head, or the shape of your legs, or the shape of your teeth, or whatever. Like nobody is sitting down there analyzing it. Like it sounds logical, but emotionally our brains just still tries to reinforce this idea that people are judging us, people, this thing makes me less of a human being, while in reality you're okay the way you are, honestly. Even though I do believe in this idea that all these your flaws make you unique and everything, I also believe in accountability, in the sense that if these flaws are within things you can control, you should do what you can to change them. To some degree, you do get judged for what you look like. Like if you walk into a room, for example, if you're trying to get a job and you dress casually like this, the chance of you getting that job is going to reduce significantly. Also, if you walk up to a girl to approach her and you smell weird, chance of you getting a number is going to reduce significantly. If these things are things in your power that you can, do something about them to change, then you should definitely do something about it to change. So if you are fat, for example, and you don't like being fat, you go and lose weight. And if you are skinny and you don't like being skinny, you go and gain muscle. If you are dull and you don't want to be dull anymore, you go and read books and get smart. If you are broke and you don't want to be broke, you go and learn a high value skill and make money. If you have acne on your face, you start skincare. Like, you basically do what you have to do. Like, I don't believe in this entitlement, lack of accountability mindset that, you are perfect the way you are. Like, obviously there are many things you can't control, like maybe the shape of your nose or the size of your ears, or how big your eyes are or something, but many of these things also are in your control. So if you can control them, if you can change it, like if you don't like it, you're not fine with it, it causes you stress and whatever, then go ahead and change it. With that said, I don't want to hit my workouts now. I want to do about 100, but to me 100 is a bit much, but it's not too much, because if you think about 100 is just 10 in 10 places, and doing 10 for me is easy, or 25 in 4 places, or 150 in 2 places, or 100 in 1 place. But anyways, I'm about to do these push-ups now, so let's get right into it. I've hit the 50 reps mark. Usually it's around that 40-50 reps. That's when it starts to get that's when I really start to feel it. So that's when it really starts to hit. So I'll just rest a little. Maybe I'll do 2 sets of 25, or just however I'm able to do the remaining 50. Upper body like this feels very tight, but that's why you need to work out to always stay in good shape. But little things about ourselves that we usually don't like I was saying earlier, my jaw is weird, or my eyes are too big, or my ears are too long, or my forehead is too wide, or my nose is too small, or whatever. To some degree, you can't control many of these things, except maybe you can't do surgery or whatever. But for majority of people, they can't control it, but there are still some little things in your life that you can control, like working out, or skincare, or improving your social skills, or making money, or this or that. You can control this one. You do get judged to some degree for what you look like, but I'm trying to say, like, you don't get judged to the extent that it's almost like a death sentence. Almost like because you have that thing, you are deficient, or because your hand is small, or your legs is small, or you're not very tall, you're short, or whatever. Like, because of that, you are less of a human being. Like, nobody really sees it that way. But keep in mind, yes, people do judge the way you look. So if you're going out, like if you're going for an interview, bro, like look presentable. Don't say, oh, I don't care what anybody thinks, and I'm perfect the way I am, so I'm going to dress anyhow. Like, still use your brain, like dress properly for the interview. Or if your goal is to attract like a partner, like obviously you want to look attractive. You can't say, oh, I want somebody who likes the genuine me, so I'm not going to take care of my body. Like, obviously, want to look as presentable as possible. But the point I'm trying to make here is you're not getting judged to the extent that people will see you like say, oh, you know, his nose is big, or his teeth is small, or you know, his tongue is long. I don't know if anybody has long tongue, but basically, because of that, he's less of a human being. So you know, we're going to kill him, or you know, he's an outcast now all of a sudden. But the point I'm just trying to make in summary or in general is that many of all these individual things that you have, all of them combined together literally makes you unique. All of them combined together almost gives you a superpower. Because if you think about the concept of a superhero like Superman or Spider-Man, what makes these guys different is usually that there's something unique about them. Like Superman is more like super strength and all that. Then Spider-Man is more like, you know, web. Then Batman, I don't really watch movies, but I don't think Batman has any special power. I think he's just very smart and skilled and all that. But usually the thing that makes these guys super is that weird thing about them. It's all these little, well, maybe not necessarily little in that scenario, but all these little weird different things about them that makes them unique. So in this very sense, maybe your insecurities might not necessarily be a superpower, but they are definitely what makes you unique. Because if you think about it, it's actually good that you are unique. It's actually good that you are different. Because if you were just like everybody else, everybody, you know, had like a unique, a similar way. There was like a uniform everybody had in the way they all looked, or they all dressed, or they all spoke, or they all acted. Like there will be no color to the world, but these differences in personality and look and, you know, traits and characteristics and beliefs and all that is what makes us different, I think. So to summarize what I've been saying since yesterday, your insecurity could just be your superpower. And